Good morning, Clandis. How are you doing? I guess it's afternoon now, huh? Just switched. Trying to got a dog that showed up in my yard, and so I'm trying to get animal control to come out or get my neighbor to take him down to the rescue for me because he's a real sweet dog. Hello, Henrik. How are you? Good afternoon, Gabrielle. I almost did again. Keep saying morning, but it's not morning anymore.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Good. You guys do anything fun over the weekend?
My dad came into town from Houston and we hung out with my sister.
That's cool. Good for you. Is it bad down there in Houston? I know the coronavirus isn't great.
He said it's okay down there.
Okay, well, that's good. I've got some of my one of my best friends lives only like 3 minutes away, but his parents live in Houston, and they haven't really been able to go anywhere because his dad is like one of the in like the at-risk category. So Good afternoon. Good gracious. Every time I'm like, good morning. Good afternoon, Montserrat. Hello, Desiree. Hello, Jasmine. Desiree, I still need you to set up a family conference with your family. So if you can do that, I would really appreciate it. Because I think I left a message and didn't hear anything back. So. Hello, Ayat, Natalie, Isaac. Ooh, I spelled your name very wrong on my sheet that I'm taking attendance on. Adonis, Arnold is here. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the Nearpod since we have quite a few people now. And you can go ahead and log into Nearpod, please. There's that for you. Good afternoon, Ileana. Hello, Kennedy. Just a heads up, in case you've forgotten, you have about a week for your playwright projects. So I would like you to make some decisions on who you are going to be doing your project on. Okay, here's the Nearpod link again for those of you who just came in. So yeah, it is due in a week. So I would strongly consider that you make a decision about who you are going to do your project on and begin to push forward with that plan. So here is this. If we have time at the end of today, I will give you some time to tell me who you think you're going to do your project on, or if you need help, I will help you maybe pick somebody that you might be interested in. I've got 8 people signed into the Nearpod, which means I am missing 7 people, I believe. I'm gonna wait just a couple more minutes. Hello, Kyler. Jesse's here. So for those of you just joining us, here is the Nearpod with a reminder that you will be turning in your playwright projects in like 8 days. So I want you to, if you have not already pinpointed who you are going to do your project on, if we have time this afternoon, I will let you, I'll have you tell me or help you find someone that you think you might be interested in. Please go ahead and sign into the Nearpod. We're gonna wait just one more minute and then we will go ahead and get started. So from now on, the expectation will be that if you cannot make it to class live, that you will be at minimum going through the link that is in Schoology for that date and doing the exit ticket by midnight of that day. So let's say you have a doctor's appointment. Well, then anytime that evening, you just go through the link of the class period, whether or not you want to watch the video for that day, and then you have to do the exit ticket, okay? That's just going to be the expectation with the exit tickets now, because we're going to have an exit ticket every time we have class, okay? So one of the things that I don't really necessarily want to get anymore are these emails that are like, what did I miss? It's like, well, you missed, it's in Schoology, right? You should be able to see it. Okay. So, I'm glad to answer questions, but when it just comes to, people wanting me to sort of fill out all the information, I'm just going to ask that you try to first use the resources that are available to you in Schoology. All right. Okay, I still have a few people who are not signed into the Nearpod, so let's see who I need. It looks like Adonis is not signed in yet. I've got Arnold, I've got Ayat, I've got Desiree, I've got Evelyn, I've got Gabrielle, I don't have Ileana yet. I've got Isaac, I don't have Isabella. I've got Jesse, Landis Kennedy. Kyler isn't signed in yet. Montserrat is. Natalie. Roslyn is not. Shun is not. So you're signed in right now? Okay, perfect. Cool. Wonderful. All right. So if you did not get a chance to write in your journal, please go ahead and do so later today as part of your homework. This, I think, will be probably the last of our journal entries before you turn them in on Friday. They will be the last one. This will be the last one. So get caught up. Make sure you have all your journal entries ready to go on Friday. So today we're going to talk about an idea from playwriting called use what you know. And it is quite honestly just as simple as it sounds, the idea that it's more difficult to write about things that you have not experienced or that you're not interested in, right? Than it is to write about things that you personally have some information about, which is why in the Do Now, it says write a list of topics that you know a lot about or that you feel very strongly about. So does anybody have any topics that they want to share? Anything you want to share that you either know a lot about or you're very interested in? Topics you know a lot about or you're very interested in. I know for a fact that Isaac is very interested in film and the film industry, right? So you could write a play about that. What about Ileana? What's something that you are very interested in, that just a topic you're interested in or you know a lot about already? Can you hear me? You can't think? Okay. Let's turn on our cameras. Those of you who can, please turn on your cameras so that I can see you, because I've got just nothing. I've got just black. What about you, Jasmine? What's a topic that you know a lot about or you are really interested in? Okay, that's fine. If you can't turn it on, just let me know, but Jasmine, can you hear me? Like maybe you're interested in politics, or maybe you love video games, or you know a lot about, I don't know, the French Revolution, just anything. Nobody has anything? Forensics, thank you. Psychology, film. Oh, you said basketball? I didn't hear you, Kennedy. I'm sorry. Wonderful. Yes. Okay, these are all, yeah, perfect. Good. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So, we're going to talk today about the stock market. Okay. Why these kinds of ideas are important, what it is when we say like your voice is unique, how to pick a topic, what do you want to say, and who are you trying to speak to? Who's your audience is very important to know. We'll do a practice assignment and then we're going to give you some writing time. All right. So, why it's important, finding your voice. Finding your voice as a writer isn't just for playwriting or for school. It's about expressing your thoughts and making yourself heard. Okay, so this isn't just for playwriting. This is something that's also going to be very useful for you in any of your writing in classes. But it's also should be able to, be something where it helps you express yourself more effectively about things that you are really sort of passionate about. Okay. Natalie, can you read this slide for us, please?
How can you find your voice? Surround yourself with people who interest you, who understand you. Challenge yourself to discuss hard topics. Draw on your own stories. Practice self-expression and try not to apologize if you make people uncomfortable.
Okay, yes. So if you have people that you can talk to who are also interested in the same things, right? That's a good sounding board. If there's topics that you maybe don't know a lot about that, you're hearing people discuss, you can educate yourself, right, on the topic and try not to just shy away from hard topics because they're difficult to engage with, right? You can talk about things from your own perspective. And then this idea of making people uncomfortable. How many of you struggle with this idea of you might say something that makes somebody uncomfortable? All the time. Does that bother any of you? The idea that you might say something that will hurt somebody's feelings or that will make them upset with you. So you sort of keep silent instead, maybe. You guys aren't giving me a lot to work with today. Sounds like we're going to have to do participation stuff in Nearpod. Well, we're going to talk today sometimes. Okay. We're going to talk today about the difference between intentionally and unintentionally making people uncomfortable and why it's important that you can sort of tell the difference for yourself as a writer. So, some clarifying thoughts. Sometimes the things that you're going to say are going to be truthful and they can still be painful, right? So, the important thing is that when you're thinking about your audience, You're not trying to offend them, right? But if they become offended, that's not always on you, right? If you're saying something that's truthful and somebody takes offense to it, that's not necessarily your fault. Does this make sense? So when you're writing, if you're writing about something that you know to be true, you can't control how people necessarily react to it. Now, at the same time, you have to be able to think about criticism in a certain way. Valid criticism, truthful, honest criticism that's valid helps you. But not all criticism is that way, right? How do you know when criticism is coming from a place of maybe negativity? How do you know that? Is it easy to tell? If it's not meant for good purpose, all right, that's good. Yeah. If they're trying to, when the critique doesn't want you to improve, okay, when they're trying to hurt your feelings rather than give you something to work on, right? That's definitely true. So that's what I mean here on if you don't agree with a suggestion in creative writing, you don't have to do it. You know, if the character in your head is speaking a very specific way and I give you feedback on it that I don't understand it, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to change it. However, it might mean that you need to sort of think about, is there a way that I can better sort of help the audience understand what I'm trying to do with this, right? So in creative writing, a lot of the time the critiques they're not necessarily like hard and fast things. It's not like grammar, right? Because maybe your characters aren't always going to speak in a grammatically correct fashion. Now, when it comes to the formatting, I can give you some critiques about how like it needs to be formatted, right? For play scripts. But you know, feel free to sort of disregard some of the critiques if you don't agree with them. If it's really important that your character says something and the critiques you get back are, you know, that people don't understand why that line is said, well, too bad for them, right? Does that make sense? How it's different in creative writing? Yes? Okay, perfect. Good. Okay, so in the collaborate board, I want you to take a couple of minutes and think about this. How could you offend someone unintentionally? And this is going to be for participation today. Okay. So I want you to take a couple of minutes and think about it. So it's 12:30. Everyone should participate by, let's say, 12:35. So you got a couple of minutes to respond. Think about it. How would you offend someone unintentionally? Okay. Got some good thoughts here. Good. Excellent. You guys have got some really good ideas here. Well, I'll wait until everybody's posted and then we're going to read through these. Go ahead and post it in the Nearpod, Sean. That's a good one, though. Yeah, you're good. Yep, just post it in the Nearpod, guys. You should see the Collaborate board that you should be able to post on. If you don't see the Collaborate board, let me know so that I can still give you credit. But we're getting some really good thoughts in here. Okay, good. Good. You guys are doing a really good job. Good. Yeah, once we get through all these, I'm going to read these out loud because these are good. Got just a couple more minutes, guys. Those of you who haven't commented yet, please do so I can give you a participation grade for today. As my cat coughs up a hairball behind me. I haven't heard from a couple of people. Good. I don't see anything from Jasmine or Adonis or Isabella or Evelyn or Jesse or Elijah, I think. Trying to make sure I haven't missed anything. Oh, some are coming in right now. Okay, good. One more minute. Oh, you did, Evelyn? Okay, I just missed it then. Oh, I see yours. Yep, I see yours. Sorry about that. I was trying to do them as they came in and then I got a little behind. So I had to catch up. Now I'm just missing Jasmine, Isabella, and Elijah. All right, so let's start reading some of these. Talking about how they look outside instead of inside. Saying something you didn't know offended them or took that word personally. If you don't know something about them in advance, right? If you don't take every aspect of their product into consideration, so like if you're responding to their artwork, right? Jokes that you think are funny but offend someone unintentionally, okay? Being sarcastic. Talking about a sensitive topic, right? If you don't know it's a sensitive topic to them. Not thinking it through before you say it. Saying something without really meaning it by not thinking before speaking. Using stereotypes, right? Saying something they might not like, especially if it's about their art or something that they really care about. Saying a joke you didn't know they'd find offensive. Saying something out of your character on accident. Sarcasm or being passive aggressive. Say something about the topic they're talking about, but you didn't know it would be mean because other people were making jokes, right? The way you look at somebody can offend them unintentionally. or commenting about an insecurity that they weren't insecure about before. So if you point out something and now up, like they either you didn't know they were insecure about it, or now they feel bad about a certain way, right? So good. You guys have covered lots and lots and lots of different things, right? It's very easy to do. Okay. Those are when you apologize, right? You know, if you unintentionally offend somebody, but if you say something that's truthful, it can still hurt somebody and maybe make them feel offended, even though it wasn't maybe aimed at them, right? Or it might indicate that they are having some realizations, right, about some things that they didn't know that they struggled with before. So, like, this sometimes happens when people talk about, um, Black Lives Matter, right? You see a lot of people, white people specifically, who get like offended by things, even though it's like it's not targeted at them specifically, but it could be like an insecurity that they have, or that they're secretly feeling or thinking a certain way, or they have to confront some biases that they had, right? Okay. So it's sort of about, it is a fine line, especially when you're writing creatively. Okay. Good. You guys did a really good job with this. So, how do you pick a topic? Let's see. Isaac, why don't you read this slide for us? You're still muted if you're okay. So topics should be something that then it doesn't have to be all of these things. What you know, right? Something you've seen or witnessed or have knowledge about, what you feel. So it could be based on feelings you have about the world around you. It should be or can be relevant to the audience, tell them something they need to know, or something that it's just important to you to spend time writing about it, right? That's how you're going to get the best writing, is if it's one of these four things or more than one. Either you have to be interested about it, or it's something that you're really passionate about and you really need to talk to the audience about. So, in the Nearpod, go ahead and answer some topics that you are considering writing about. And I'll give you a couple of minutes to do that. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. I got some answers. Ooh, family drama, music. That would be nice. Importance of friends, family, and loyalty. Very cool. There's anyone who does not have access to the Nearpod, I think you're all in it. I'm going to post it one more time just in case, because I know sometimes when you get disconnected. Loyalty amongst friends. That's very cool. No ideas yet. All right. Basketball. Games. Okay. A lot of, think about like things like the Hunger Games and, all those other ones that are about, like teenager, like survival stuff. That's kind of like a combination of themes about loyalty and friendship and then like survival games, right? Love. Okay. Very common and very important topic to talk about for sure. Ooh, Isaac, a crime gone wrong. That would be fun. Like a mystery, sort of. Something that has a sad ending. Okay. How people can feel lonely even if they're surrounded by, or someone can feel lonely even if they're surrounded by people. Yeah, that's very true, right? So some of you don't quite have like a concrete idea yet, which is fine. And then remember, as we talked about before, right, it's harder for new playwrights to write about really high intensity, high stakes things. So, you might just dabble a little bit. I don't know if you guys are familiar at all with the, what is it called? November Writing Challenge, right? But that sort of works up with this sort of playwriting thing, right? Write a little bit every day. Doesn't mean you're going to keep it all, right? But a lot of writers say that you really do have to write every single day, even if it ends up being something that you don't use. Horror or mystery, yeah, that's fun. Okay, good. All right. So I'm going to give you a list of topics, and I want you to sort of take some time to free write your thoughts about one or two of them. We're going to say, how about, let's see, it's quarter till, let's do like 10 minutes. Okay. So just free write for about 10 minutes on one or two of these topics. Okay. So, coronavirus, going to school during a pandemic, Black Lives Matter and why it's important to you, social media, good, bad, both, misunderstood, family, the good, the bad, the weird, hobbies, have a hobby you love, talk about why, or travel, think about your favorite place to visit. So I just want you to free write about one of these topics or a couple of these topics. I'm going to give you, like I said, let's do about 10 minutes and just write. Okay. So I'm going to set a timer. You're just going to write in like a Google Doc or Word doc or wherever you want to write in. Yeah, just a random Google Doc or Word document's cool. Or if you want to write in a notebook, if you prefer to write by hand, you're good to do that too. All right. So just 10 minutes and I want you to free write about one of these topics, or if none of these really get you going, pick something else, but just write. So I should be able to see everybody at their computer writing. Yeah, the idea here is just to get your creative juices flowing. If you're struggling with writing dialogue, maybe you want to pick a topic and just write a conversation, just two people talking. If you're struggling with just writing in general, maybe just, talk about how you feel about something. Okay. Guys, I just want to remind you that this is not time to do your exit tickets, okay? A lot of you have already submitted it. The exit tickets are meant to be done at the end of class. If I have to, we'll do it where I have to submit them. I have to open it up at the very end, okay? So I just want to remind you that you're supposed to be free writing, not doing your exit ticket during this time. Okay, just have a couple more minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about a couple of things, and then it will be exit ticket time. So okay, so go ahead and wrap up whatever it is that you are working on. Yeah, Schoology isn't working for me either. It just went down. It's going to be going on and off today. I get the feeling. So if it's not working for you, just try to get the exit ticket done by tonight. If you can't, then you'll email me. Okay, so here is our collaborate board. I want to hear from you. Did you discover anything about yourself or on the topic while you were writing? So go ahead, think about that for a couple of minutes and then respond. And then we're going to go over what the rest of the week is going to look like. Okay, I've got some yeses, I've got some nos so far. Yeah, my Schoology is now down too. So, I mean, of course it is, right? Okay, we've got some more ideas. The idea of evil winning against good. You people are saying that they had some kind of realization. Family drama. Okay. Okay. So it's fine if you didn't. This was just an exercise, right? if you remember about that interview with David Henry Wang, right? He says that his personal approach to playwriting is that he always starts with something that either he wants to learn more about or that he feels like he needs to educate other people about, right? So remember that, we are coming at this from a very like intro. You think writing makes you feel more calm? Well, that's good. This is a very like, introductory way of going about things, right? Let's like focusing first on the topics that you're familiar with to make you feel more at ease, which then once you're at ease talking about topics that you're familiar with, then we sort of encourage you to start looking at things that maybe you aren't familiar with, or maybe you need to, study up on. Or maybe when it's a topic that's about something controversial, if you first have some experience talking about subjects that Evelyn, don't worry guys about the Schoology right now. Then it makes you more comfortable, right? You think about a lot of stuff you'd want to do rather than doing them. Me too. Make the topic happy and then sad to show reality. Okay. Okay. Really quick, I want to talk about the end of the rest of the week. And then since the exit ticket isn't like working, it is what it is. So let me show you my screen and I'll zoom in a little bit. Okay, so today, thank you, Henley. Oh my gosh. Okay. So today, obviously, use what you know. If you can get into Schoology to do the exit ticket, that's great. If not, email me and let me know that you weren't able to get in to do it. Okay. Now on the 4th, on Wednesday, I will not be here. You are supposed to have a substitute. They should hopefully be able to get into Zoom and guide you through the assignment. If they don't, your assignment is going to be to watch I tried to make a remind a yacht and it wouldn't let me make one. So I'm going to try to do that again, or maybe like one of the other teachers can help me because I don't know how it worked. It like never sent me the email or anything. But yeah, I'll try. Actually, before I forget, let me download the app. So there's that. On the 4th, you should have a substitute. I mean, you have a substitute who signed up. Hopefully they will actually be able to log in and help you. If not, there is and I'll click on it so I can show you because you can't see this. Oh, it's not going to work. Never mind. Stop. There's a video to watch. It's like a 45-minute long documentary that you're going to watch, and then a 15-point quiz to take on the documentary. It's about the musical In the Heights by Lin-Manuel Miranda. And the documentary follows like from the very first rehearsal all the way to when they get to the Tony Awards. Okay. So it's a PBS documentary. It's 45 minutes long. You do a 15-point quiz on it. That's it. On the 6th, on Friday, we're going to be having a 1-act workshop. So you will be bringing your writing. So you should still be working on your 1-acts. You should still be working on your scenes. Okay. You're going to bring them with you. And then hopefully you're going to be put sort of into pairs to work. And then I'm going to come through and give you some specific information about what you can do to improve upon your scenes. So again, I've been checking up on them. I want to see some real progress from the last check-in to Friday. So keep working on those. That's your homework. Think about it as if you did 20 minutes a day on your scene between now and Friday, that would be enough. Okay. And your journal entries are going to be due on Friday. You will not have one on Wednesday, and we didn't have one today. So realistically, once Schoology works again, you can turn in your journals whenever you're ready. Okay. So that's the plan. Questions about this? I want you to remember, let me stop my or pause my share. I don't think it's gonna, that your playwright project is due the, is it the 10th or B? So it's the 9th. Oh, the 6th? Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Thank you. The 6th. So if you have not begun work on that, you need to, okay? And again, I know Schoology's down, so you can't, oh, it's working now, for me anyway. You're just gonna have to deal with this like intermittent sort of stuttering of Schoology, I think, until stuff really gets fixed. And I apologize. I know it's very frustrating, okay? So exit ticket if you can. I'm going to try to get my remind up if I can. It's just said that it sent me a 4-digit code. We'll see. Work on your playwright project. On Wednesday, if the sub isn't able to get into Zoom, you should be able to watch the video and do the quiz by yourself. Okay. I'm not worried about you guys doing that. You're 10th grade. You know what you're doing. Okay. Questions, concerns. This would be your exit ticket time, but I don't know if Schoology is going to let you do it. Questions, concerns, anything that anybody wants to talk about or needs to talk about. It's still not working for you? Okay. Yeah, just keep trying it. And if you can't get it to work, then you just let me know. And I'm still not getting anything from Remind for, I might have to do my Remind under like a different email or something, which I don't really want to do, but I will if I have to. Okay, so like I said, this would be our exit ticket time because I'm going to give you in-class time to do the exit tickets, okay? So if you can't do the exit ticket by the end of tonight, let me know. Otherwise, just keep trying it. If you have any questions, I'm here for you for the next 4 minutes. Otherwise, that's it for today, and I will talk to you guys on Friday. Make sure you watch the documentary and do the quiz on Wednesday, even if if the sub isn't able to get into Zoom, okay? You too, Kennedy. Bye-bye.